Hi everyone. This is Sai from Let's Upgrade. So let's talk about how to get your certificate. It's very simple. You will see two links in the description. Number one is the place where you have to go and mark your attendance. Marking your attendance tells us like, okay, you are a legit student who have attended this particular session. Link number two is your assignment. This is where your 90% of the priority is. You have to go and submit the assignment that is given to you in this particular session. Once you're done submitting that assignment, we will be evaluating that. We will send you an email. If you get the passing criteria, then only we will give you the certificate on a particular date that is mentioned again in the description. Please check these three things, and this is the way how you will get a certificate from Let's Upgrade. Number one, mark your attendance. Number two, just go ahead and upload your assignment. Check for the email that you have received it, yes or no. What is the feedback that you have received from your trainer? Number three, check on which date the certificates will be released. Thank you. Bye. All the best. Happy learning.
Hello everyone, myself Suraj Sani, and in the last video we already created many APIs related to library management. Now in this video we will move ahead and we will add more APIs related to authentication and authorization. Then we will also add some security layer. Then we will implement pre-dir check and lint check. Then we will dockerize our application and then we will deploy this project to the AWS cloud platform. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start today's video. First of all, we have to create one more controller. Okay. So click on this controller folder and create one more file that is will be the user router. It means user controller. Okay. User controller. First of all, I have to create user controller. So write user controller.js. Then we will create in this user controller file, we will create some APIs related to registration, login, and profile. Okay, so to create all these APIs, first of all, write const express equal to require express. Okay, require express. Okay, then we need a user model. So write const user equal to require models user. Okay, so and next we will create our all APIs. So we need first of all registration. Okay. So we will write register. Then we will pass two parameters request, comma, response. Okay. Request, comma, response. There will be arrow function. Then write try catch. Okay. We will write our entire code in the try block only. Okay. So for the registration purpose, we need some data related to user. So check the models of user, what data we required. Okay. So for the registration, we need name, username, email, password, and role. And by default, role will be student. So we not required to pass this role. Okay. And status by default active. So this field is also not required. Means it will automatic by default value is stored. The by default value of role is student and the by default value of status is active. Okay, and created it will be automatically generated. Okay, based on current date and time. Okay, so we need to just pass name, username, email, password. Name, username, and email, password. So just write here const name, username, email, password. Name, username, email, password. It will come from request.body. Okay, it will come from request.body. So from the request.body, we fetch our all required data related to user like name, username, email, password. Okay, so now I have to check that username is first of all I have to check all fields is given or not, means user is provided all fields or not. So I will check if name is not present, username is not present, email is not present, password is not present, then we will say all fields are required. Okay, we will say all fields are required. Okay, now if all fields are present, then we will check this username must be unique as well as this email must be unique, as we specify in the user model only that username is unique and email is also unique. So we have to check that username must be unique and email must be unique. So for to check the username is unique or not or email is unique or not, we will write some code like const exix, yeah, the existing username, const existing username equal to await user dot find one function. Inside that we will pass username. Okay, we will pass username. Okay. To solve this issue, okay, we have to write here async. Okay, async. So we given here async. So now there is no error. Okay, so we are finding one user based on username. If we get one user, so means username is already present in the database. Okay, so we can't use this username for the registration purpose. Okay, so we will say to the user that if existing username is present, then return response status 400.json in the message username already exists. Okay, username already exists. Okay, what is this 400 status code? Okay, if you want to check what is 400, so you can write here google on google http status 400. Okay, it is means bad request. Okay, an http 400 status code is a bad request, bad request. Okay, so it mention here bad request. Okay, so we done with the check with username. Now we have to check with email. Okay, so we will write const exix, yeah, the existing email. Okay, we will write here await user dot find one email. So we are trying to find out one user based on this email. If we get one user with this email, so email is already present in the database. So we can't use this email for the registration purpose. So we will simply say if existing email is present, then return response status 400 in the JSON. Write message email already exists. Okay. So if username is already present, then we will simply say username already exists. If email is already present, then we will simply say email already exists. Okay. If username is not present, email is not present. Okay. So this means username is unique as well as email is also unique. So we can move ahead. Okay. Now we have to do this password. Okay, by default this password is in plain text, so we have to convert that password in the encrypted format. Okay, so to convert the password in the encrypted format, we required one library, that is the bcrypt.js. Okay, so in this I will open the command prompt and install this library in npm install bcrypt.js. Okay, so right here npm install bcrypt.js, npm install bcrypt.js. Okay, just execute this command. Now bcrypt.js is installed in your system, so means installed in this project. Okay, so we can write here const bcrypt. Okay, right here const bcrypt const bcrypt equal to require bcrypt.js, bcrypt bcrypt.js. Okay, now bcrypt.js is ready to use. Okay, so with the help of bcrypt.js we will has our password. Okay, we will convert our password in the encrypted format. So we will write here const has password. Okay, const has password equal to await bcrypt dot has. We have to pass here password, then we have to pass here one salt. Okay, this 10 this 10 is the salt. Okay, if we have over on this. Okay, so first parameter is the password to hash, and second parameter is salt length to generate or salt to use. Means it is just a random number. Based on the random number, it just add uniqueness in the encryption. Okay, so just give any number here. Okay, so it will add some randomness to your encrypted password. Okay, so syntax will be like this: const has password equal to await bcrypt dot has password comma salt number. Okay, it will be any number. Okay, it will just add randomness to your encrypted password. Okay, so now we will create one new user object, const new user equal to curly braces, and add all things: name, username, email, and password. Okay. So we will write this directly: name, username, email, password. Okay. And we will write role status default. Okay. Role like student and status will be active. Okay. Now we created one new user object. Now we want to save this user in the database. Okay, so we will write const user equal to new user, and we will save that user. Okay, we will write here await. Okay, because it will return promise. Okay, so write the syntax: const user equal to new user, new user. So we created one object, model object. Okay, now in this line we just saving that model in the database. Okay, and we are just giving a response: user registered successfully and new user data. Okay, if error will come, we will send here response dot status 500 in the JSON format message error dot message. Okay, message will be like error dot message. Okay, so in this way we successfully created registration API. Okay, our registration API is completed. Now we will move towards login API. Okay, now we will going to create login API. So create here login API. It will also, there is two parameter. You have to pass two parameter: request comma response, and we will write here try catch, and we will write our entire code in the try block only. Okay, so for the login purpose we need two things: username and password. Okay, you can implement login system based on username and password, or you can also implement the login system based on email and password, because username is also unique and email is also unique, so you can use any one between username and email. But I am going to use username as a unique. Okay, so I'm going to use username and password for the login purpose. Okay, so we will get here username and password. Okay, we will get here const username comma password from request.body. So from request.body we are fetching username and password. Okay, now this username should be or must be present in the database. Okay, if this username is not present, so means username is not registered. Okay, so we have to check that this username is present in the database or not. Okay, so for that purpose we will write const user equal to await user dot find one, user.find1, and we will pass here username. Okay, if user is not present, then we will simply give response user not found, or username is not correct. Okay, username is not correct, we will simply username is not correct, we will give username is not found, username is not found. Okay, we will simply give response username not found. Okay, now we have to check password. Means if user is present, so then we have to check our password. Means password should be matched with this user. Means if user is present in the DB, then we have to match this password with this user. Okay, if password is matching, then only you will do login, otherwise you will say error like password is not correct. Okay, so we will check here const is match equal to await bcrypt.compare. We have to pass password, then you have to pass user password. Okay, so it will compare both the password. If password is matching, then it will give true, otherwise it will give false. Okay, if is match is not present, means is match is not true, means the password is not matching, so we will simply return password is incorrect. Okay, we will simply return password is incorrect. Okay, now we check, we already write the validation for the username as well as password. Now, if username is also present, if user is also present and password is also correct, then user is authenticated, means or the user is correct user and user is providing the right credential while login. So you have to generate one JWT token. Okay, for the for based on JWT token, it will or he will use the other APIs. Okay, So we have to generate JWT token. Okay. So it will be like JWT. Suppose there is server, suppose there is client and there is server. So first of all, client will do registration. Okay, then client will do login. While login, server will send one token to the client, and then after that, after the login, uh, the client want to use any API, so he have to pass token as well. Okay, so he have to pass in the header section token as well. If token is present, then only he will use the APIs. Otherwise, he is not allowed to use the APIs if token is not present in the header section. Okay. In this way, we will implement our authorization authentication process. Okay. So we need a token. So for the to generate the token, we need one library JSON web token. So go to our terminal and install npm install JSON web token. JSON web token. Okay. npm install JSON web token. Write this command and execute it. So it will install. Okay. Now JSON web token is installed in our in this project. So we are ready to use it. Okay. So first of all, right here in the above, right here, const JWT equal to require JSON web token. Okay. Now we can use JWT. Okay. So with the JWT, you have to write const token equal to JWT dot sign. Okay. In this, you have to pass first of all payload. Okay. First parameter is payload. In the payload, you can pass any data, means any data related to user, and it will be encrypted in the token only. So we are going to we will pass like data user ID. First of all, we will pass user ID. Okay. So user dot underscore id. Okay, then we will pass more data like we will pass like username as well. We will pass username. Okay, we will pass role. We will also pass email. Okay, we will pass user dot email, then we will pass user dot role. Okay, so in the payload we are passing user ID, username, email, and role. Okay, and the second parameter is the secret key, means you have to pass one secret key. Okay, now third parameter is the optional parameter. In this optional parameter we have given expiring 1 day, means this token is valid for 1 day. After 1 day it will be expire. Okay, so here we have to pass secret key. So for that purpose I will create one secret key, JWT secret key. Okay, uh, JWT secret key right here, and give one secret key here. Let's upgrade. Okay, so this is our secret key. Let's upgrade. Okay, so we have to use this secret key from the .env, means environment variable file. Okay, so we will write here. So right here require .env config. So now we can use this in our this file. Okay, so we can use env file in this user controller. Okay, so we have given process.env.jwt underscore secret. So automatically secret key will come here. Okay, so for generating token you have to use jwt.sign function. Inside that sign function, first parameter will be payload, second parameter will be secret key, and third parameter that is will be the optional parameter. But you have to pass like the expiry one, means uh, when will be the token, this token will be expired. Okay, I have written here expire in 1 day, means this token is valid for 1 day only. After 1 day it will be expired automatically. Okay, so now token is generated, and we will send in the response like response dot status. Response dot status 200. 200 means okay status. In the JSON we are passing message user logged in successfully, and we will pass our data. Okay, and we will if error will come, we will say here response dot status 500 message. In the inside the message we are passing error dot message. Okay, so in this way our login API is also created successfully. Okay, our login is ready. Okay, now we will create profile API, means profile. So suppose I want to see one user profile, so for that purpose I am going to create your profile. Okay, So right here profile equal to request comma response, request comma response. Okay, and write try catch. Okay, inside this try catch we will write our entire code related to how to fetch profile. Okay, so for fetching the profile there is required one more thing, authentication. Means we should fetch profile of that user only which is who is login. Okay, if user is not login, if a token is not present to the user, so user is not allowed to see their profile. Okay, so for that purpose we will create one middleware here. So create middleware, create one new folder middleware. Okay, inside this src file, src folder, create one middleware. Okay, so create one middleware folder. Okay, inside that middleware folder create auth middleware. Okay, auth middleware dot js. Okay, so it will be the middleware and this will be present between the client and between the server. So it will be present in between. So any request will come from the client. First of all it will receive by the auth middleware, and at auth middleware will check that token is present in or not. If token is present, then only it he or she will allow to use the API. If token is not present, then he or she is not allowed to use the API. Okay, so in this way I am going to implement the authentication and authorization. Okay, so we will create here one auth middleware. Okay, so we will write here middleware auth middleware. Okay, and it will be like middleware. So it will take a request comma response comma next. Okay, three parameter: request comma response comma next. Okay, request comma response comma next. First of all we will check that token is present or not. If token is not present, then authorization denied. Okay, so we will check const token equal to headers dot token. Okay, headers dot token. So first of all we can't get these headers directly. We have to write request dot headers. Okay, from this header we will get this token. Okay, so we will client will send the token in the request headers. Okay, so we will fetch that token from the request headers in this way. Okay, right, const token equal to request headers, request dot headers. So from the request headers we are fetching token. Okay, if token is not present, if token is not present, then we will simply give return response dot status for 01 dot json in the message unauthorized. Okay, unauthorized, or we can say token is not present, or okay, we can say token is not present. Okay, unauthorized, or we can say unauthorized and token is not present. Okay, we can say token not found. Okay, token not found. Okay, simply token not found. Okay, so if token is present, okay, so then we will check that token is valid or not. Okay, first of all you have to check token is present or not. If token is present, then you have to check token is valid or not. If token is valid, then only user is allowed to use the APIs. Okay, so we will check here. Next, we will check here token is present or not. So we will write here const decoded token. We will find decoded token. To get the decoded token, we have to write jwt.verify function. Okay. In this verify function, you have to give token and then secret key, your secret key. So just give this. And to get the secret key, you have to write here. You have to write here require .env.config. Okay, you have to write this. So if decoded token is present, so we can say if decoded token is not present, means token is not valid. Okay, it means token is not valid. So we will simply write here token is not valid. Token is not valid. Okay, if decoded token is present, means token is valid. So in the request user we will add decoded token and we will pass signal. Okay, this will be the signal. Okay, so suppose there is client, there is server, and in the middle there is middleware. So client want to see their profile, so it will send one request or to the server, okay, with token in the header section with token. So first of all it will receive by the middleware, auth middleware. Then he will check token is present or not. If token is present, then he will it will check token is valid or not. If token is valid, then it will allow the client to use to see their profile. Okay, to see their profile. But first of all he will send one signal to the server that my work is done, now you can do your process. Okay, so for that purpose middleware will send one signal with the help of next function. Okay, so next function is like a signal to the server that my work is done, now you can do your work. Okay, so it is required line. Okay, so you have to write this line next function. Okay, so in this way, our auth middleware is completed. Okay, I will pass this auth middleware module.exports auth middleware. Okay, so we will use this middleware in our user controller. Okay, so in this we will use here. Okay, so we have to pass that if user controller is present, means if user is valid, then we will simply get const user equal to request dot user. Okay, we will simply get this one and we will send the message response dot status 200 in the JSON. We will send user profile and this one we will simply send the data of user if user is verified or valid. Okay, if error is present, then we will simply send error response dot status 500 inside that error dot message. Okay, so in this way our profile is also ready. Okay, profile API is also ready. Now we will do module dot exports register login profile. Okay, or we will simply send these functions module dot exports register login profile, and we will use this in the our router file. Okay, so now next create the router file. So go to the routes and create one router file user router.js. Okay, user router.js. Inside this user router.js we have to write like first of all you have to write const express equal to require express equal to require express. Okay, then you have to fetch all the functions from the controllers like register login profile. Okay, then you have to create router, then you have to register all APIs. Okay, when user will write slash register, then this function will execute. When user will write slash login, then this function will execute. When user will write slash profile, then this function will execute. But this it is protected, right? So if it is protected, then I will pass here middleware. Okay, so for passing here middleware I will write here const auth middleware. Okay, and we will simply pass here auth middleware. Okay, we will simply pass here auth middleware. So this route is protected. Okay, with auth middleware. Means if token is present, then only user is allowed to see their profile. If token is not present, then user is not allowed to see their profile. Okay, so we have simply implemented here authorization. Okay, now we will do module.exports equal to router. Okay, so in this way this user router is also ready. So now go to the server.js file, and inside this server.js file you have to do what you have to do. You have to write here const user router equal to require user router. Now this line is not required here, just remove it. Okay, so user router, we have to link this user router here. Okay, app.use app.use this. Okay, now I want to protect all the APIs of book router and issue book router. Means if user is valid, means user is login, then only he or she is allowed to use APIs related to book router and APIs related to issue book router. Okay, if user is not valid or user is not login, then he or she is not allowed to use the APIs of book router and issue book router. Okay, for that purpose I have to implement their authorization and authorization as well. Okay, so first of all go to the book router. Okay, here also write const auth middleware. Okay, const auth middleware. Okay, in this way right here const auth middleware. Okay, write this line. Then you have to protect some then you have to decide which API you want to protect. Okay, so the get API is just for reading the data, so it is not required to pass here authentication and authorization. But while create book, update book, delete book, uh, authorization and authentication is required. Okay, so we will simply write here auth middleware. So we will simply write here auth middleware. Here also we will write auth middleware. Okay. Here also we will write auth middleware. Okay. Simply write auth middleware in all the sections. Okay. Now this route is protected. Create book, update book, and delete book. This route is protected. Okay. And same in the same way, go to the issue book router. Here also same. Write const auth middleware. Okay, and I want to protect both the routes, issue book as well as return book. So simply write here auth middleware. Okay, and here also write auth middleware. So I protected both the APIs. Okay, so in this way we have protected book router as well as issue book router. Now we have to also check that is in the book router that the user who is creating new entry of book, that user must be librarian. Means we have two types of users, right? Go to the user model.js. We have two types of users, one is librarian and one is student. So only librarian is allowed to create book, update book, delete book, issue book and return book. Okay, student is not allowed to issue book, create book, update book, delete book, issue book, and return book. Okay, so these permissions or these permissions must be have to the librarian only. Okay, student is not allowed to create book, update book, delete book, issue book, and return book. So we have to check this also. Okay, so to check this one, we will go to the book controller. Okay, we will go to the book controller and in this API create book API. Okay, we will check that the user which is present, means the user who is passing the token, that user must be role should be librarian. If we check user controller and you will check that payload, token payload, we will see in the payload user ID is present, username is present, email is present, as well as role is also present. Means in the token we will get the role. Okay, and while auth middleware, we will see auth middleware. In the auth middleware, we added this decoded token in request.user. Okay, so we added decoded token in request.user. So with the help of request.user, we will fetch the entire data of user. Data will be like user ID, username, email, and role. Okay, for data we will get with the help of decoded token. Means with the help of request.user, we will get this data: user ID, username, email, role. Okay, so we will simply here in the book controller, we will write here const. We will simply write if request dot user dot role must be matched with librarian. Okay, must be matched with librarian. Okay, if if it is not equal to librarian, okay, if it is not equal to librarian, then he is not allowed. Okay, so we will write unauthorized, or we will simply write return response dot status 401. In the JSON format we will write message, right, to use this API you must be a librarian. Okay, we simply written this message: to use this API you must be a librarian. Okay, for using this API, the role which is required is a librarian. Okay, so only librarian will use this API. Other no one will use this API. Okay, student will not. The student is not allowed to use this API. Okay, so we will write this code, copy this code. Okay, librarian, and we will write this code here also in the update book. In the update book also, the librarian is only allowed to update the book. Okay, and in the same way, in the delete book also write this one, that librarian is only allowed to delete the book. Okay, so we have written all the things. Okay, now our three APIs, create book, update book, and delete book, is secured. Okay, now we, in the same way, I want to secure issue book controller as well, means there are two APIs, issue book API and return book API. Okay, so for this purpose we will also add this line of code here. Okay, if role is not equal to librarian, if role is not librarian, then he or she is not allowed to use this API. Okay, in the same way here also. Okay, if role is not librarian, then he or she is not allowed to use this API, means return book API. Okay, so in this way we added authentication in all our routers. Okay, in user router we protected profile API, and in book router we protected create book API, update book API, and delete book API. And in the issue book router we protected issue book API and return book API. Okay, so in this way we protected many our APIs. Okay, so we will run and we will test that all APIs are working fine or not. Okay, and we will also check what will happen when token is provided and what will happen if token is not provided. Okay, we will check all the cases and all the conditions. Okay, so let's start to run this our backend APIs. So we will write nodemon server.js, right? Nodemon server.js. Okay, so simply write nodemon server.js and you will get this message, server is running on port 4000, connected to MongoDB successfully. So you will get these two messages, server is running on port 4000 and another message is connected to MongoDB successfully. Okay, now MongoDB is connected successfully. So open our Postman and we will check here and we will test here our APIs. So we have already created library manager API. So open this one, and in this one, first of all, we will use user router. Means first of all, we will do registration, then we will do login. Okay. So also open MongoDB. Okay. Also open MongoDB Compass. Okay. So we will see our data is present or not in our DB. Okay. So first of all, open MongoDB. Okay. In the MongoDB, after opening the MongoDB, you will see this type of interface. Here you will see connect. Okay, so just click on this connect button or connect option. It will open your DB, all the DB. In this DB, we want let's upgrade. Okay, let's upgrade DB because we have written here like our this backend is connected to this DB, right? Let's upgrade. Okay, so we will see this one. In the user section we are seeing that there is two user. So for now I will delete this one because I already tested this one, but I am going to delete this data from the users. And from the issue book also I am going to delete this one, just delete it. Okay, and from the books there are three books available. Okay, we will give that one only. Okay, so in the book section we have three books, and in the issue books we have nothing, and in the users we have nothing. Okay, so we will test one by one all the APIs. Okay, first of all, in the library manager APIs, create one more folder, add folder. Okay, that will be the user router. Okay, right, give name here user router. Okay, it will be user router. Okay, so in this add request. Okay, okay, here, and here you have to pass http colon double slash localhost colon 4000 slash 4000 slash API slash v1 slash, then you have to write what we have given in server.js. Let's see. In server.js, we have given users API slash v1 slash users. Then you have to use slash register slash login slash profile. Okay. So write here users. Okay. Users. Then write here register, registr, register. Okay, and method will be post method. Okay, in the body section in the row we will provide our data in the JSON format. Okay, in the JSON format we will provide our data. So for the registration purpose, what data we required, so for that purpose we will go in our a controller, user controller. Basically we will see here that for the registration purpose we require four data: name, username, email, password. So we will pass all this data. Okay, so in the MongoDB write here name. Okay, so I am writing name Suraj Sahani, and name is Suraj Sahani. Then we will pass username. Okay, pass here username. Okay, username will be Amit Sahani. No, username will be Suraj Sahani. Okay, then pass email. Email will be Suraj Sani at the rate gmail.com. Okay. Then name, username, email, password. Now password. Write here password and write here password. Okay. Name, username, email, password. Okay. So in this way, I created one JSON data. Okay. So now I'm going to hit our this one. Okay. Now I'm going to send this. Click on this send button. Okay. Click. Now we are getting message user registered successfully, and in the data we are getting user data like name, username, email, password, role status. So by default role is student and by default status is active. Okay, we can check in the MongoDB as well. Okay, just refresh this one, and here one user is present. Okay, now we will enter one more user. Okay, because we require two user. One will be student and one will be librarian. Okay, so enter one more data from here. Amit Sahani. Username will be, suppose username is same. Okay, username is same. So just hit it. Now we are getting username already exist because this username is already present in the DB. We can see here this username is already present in the DB. So this username is not valid. So we have to pass another username. So we will pass another username. Amit Sahani. Okay. Sahani. Okay, Amit Sahani. Now again try to hit. Now we are getting email already exist, means this email is already present in the DB. We can see here this email is already present in the DB. So we can't use this email. So we have to change the email as well. So write here another email Amit Sani. Okay, and write also change the password as well. Okay, and now click on this send button. Now we are seeing here user registered successfully and the data is name, username, email, password, role, status. Okay, go to the MongoDB and also refresh it. We can see another data. Okay, Amit Sani. Okay, and now I will manually change the role of one user. Okay, so I will make this user as a librarian and I will make this user as a student. So this user is already student, so I will simply make this user as a librarian. Okay, so I will click on this pencil icon. Okay, and I will just simply change this librarian. Okay, I'm going to give a librarian. Okay, click on this update button. Okay, now the role is changed to the librarian. Okay, now registration API is successfully working, perfectly working. Okay, and give the name to this. We are giving to name register, register, register. Okay, simply give name register. Okay, and save this one. Now this data is saved. Okay, now create another one for the login to test login API. Okay, So write here URL http colon double slash localhost colon 4000 slash API slash v1 slash users slash login. Okay, so I created this one. Okay, this will be post. Okay, right here post method, and in the body only we will send our data in the row section. Okay, we will send our data for the login. Which data we required, we will see in the login API. Just go to the login API here. So for the login purpose, we require two data, username and password. So we will simply pass username and password for the login. So right here username, right here username, and for username I will pass. Uh, first of all I will pass Amit Sani, means credential of student. Okay, then pass here password Amit Sani. Okay. Suppose I am given a wrong username. Okay. I am given wrong username and I am going to try hit this button. Let's see. Username is not found, means username is not correct. Username is not found. Okay. So correct the username, then change the password. Okay. Again hit the button. Now we are getting password is incorrect. Now it is saying that password is incorrect. So correct the password as well. Correct the password and now hit. Now we are getting password is incorrect. First of all, check Amit Sahani. Okay, password is correct. It is saying password is incorrect. Why? Let's check me. Amit Sahani. Okay, password is incorrect. Let's see the code one more time. It is matching bcrypt dot compare password then user password is match. If it is not matching, then it is saying password is incorrect. Okay, otherwise it will send token. Uh, I think I'm going giving the wrong password. Username and password. Okay, let's check the DB. Password is encrypted. So let's me try another password. Again, it is saying password is incorrect. So let's me try to log in as librarian and we will see. We are getting password is incorrect. Why we are getting password is incorrect? Let's see. We have to debug this issue. Okay. First of all, here right here console.log to see which data is coming here. Okay, right here username password. Okay, and also right here login. So while login we are getting this data. Okay, so in this way we will in this way we can do debugging. Okay, so it is important that that we can find the issue with the help of debugging. It is good practice to solve the issue. Okay, so we will simply write console.log and we will hit the API again and we will see which data is coming here. Okay, so just click on send button and see our terminal. We are seeing for the login we are passing Suraj Sani and login as well as Suraj Sani. Okay, we are passing the correct data. Okay, uh, I've so we are passing the correct data and here we can see just do here also console.log user which what is present in user and what is present in is match. Okay, we will just simply do console.log. Okay, console.log and simply pay right here. So we are doing debugging. Now one more time hit the send and again check the terminal. Let's see which data is coming. Name, username, username is coming, email coming, password coming, role, status coming. Is match false? Is match is coming false. That's why it is not login. Why is match is coming false? With bcrypt dot compare password comma user dot password. I think so. We have given this in the wrong. Okay, first of all, we have to match password comma user password. I think we have some given something wrong while registration only. Okay. So let's try to log in one more time. Okay. Delete the user from the DB. Okay. Delete both user from the DB and try to log in one more time. Okay. And also here also write console.log and write all the data. Registration, name, username, email, password is coming. And then also here new print new user data console.log, print here new user data. Okay, then we will check what is going wrong here. Okay, so we will do control Z here. Okay, we have given register here, so we will try one more time. Okay, I think we have given wrong password. Okay, here is wrong password. Okay, understand, no issue. So first of all, right here Surasani, here also Surasani, not a big issue. Okay friends, just I'm doing correction. Okay, not a big task. Okay, I'm going to again do registration. Okay, hit this button, user registered successfully. Okay, and we can see here that password is coming. Here we can see password. Okay, done. Okay, now create one more user. Okay, correct the email as well, and now password. Okay, and hit the button. Now both user is registered. Now again refresh and change the role of this librarian. Okay, update. Okay, we done update. Just go to the postman again, to this right here, username. Username will be, first of all I will do with student. Okay, then I will do with password, means I will pass password. Okay, first of all I am giving wrong username. Let's see, username is not found. Okay, then I am giving wrong password. Password is incorrect. Now I'm giving right password. User login successfully, and now we are getting the token. Okay, so in the last one we have given, means by mistakenly I have given wrong password, so that's why login is not working properly. So now I'm giving the correct password, and it is login successfully. Okay, so now student is login, okay, with their credential. Okay, so this is the token for the student one. Okay, this token is generated for the student Amir Sani. Okay, so now this one, he want to use their, he want to see their profile. Okay, so click one plus icon, plus button as well, and we will see, we will hit profile API as well. Okay, http colon double slash localhost colon 4000 slash API slash v1 slash users slash login. Okay, slash login. So in this slash login, not slash profile, slash profile, and this will be get API or post API. Just to see one more time, router, it will be get API. Okay, slash profile, get one. Okay, get. Okay, and without token. So in this I am not passing any token. Okay, I'm just clicking on this button, send. Now we are getting unauthorized and token not found. So token is not present. I'm not passing the token. So to use this API, we have to pass, it is required to pass token. So we will copy this token from here. Okay, so we will copy this token. So we will copy this entire token. Okay, just copy this token and go to this profile one, and write here token and pass this token here. Okay, and now try to click on send button. Now we are getting JWT is not defined. Okay, it is not getting JWT. Okay, in the auth middleware, okay, there is one error in the auth middleware that JWT is not defined. So we have to check why this error is coming. JWT is not defined in the auth middleware. Okay, in the auth middleware we are using JWT, but we are not declared here. So first here also we have to declare here. We have to write const JWT equal to require JSON web token. Okay, now it is again running successfully. We will again hit the same API. Okay, now user profile is coming. We can see user ID, username, email, and role. Okay, and suppose I am not sending this token and hit this button, then we are getting unauthorized and token is not found. Suppose we are sending token and I just changed one word from this token. Suppose I removed this E, okay, and I am sending this again. So I am getting this one invalid token. Suppose I have written some another letter here. Instead of E I have written A, so it is again giving invalid token. Okay, so we have to pass correct token here. Pass correct token E. So we are getting the user profile data. So first of all it will check that token is present or not. Okay, if token is present, then it will check that token is valid or not. If token is valid, then it will allow the user or client to use the API. Otherwise, it will not allow the user or client to use the API. Okay, so in this way, we have successfully done with registration, login, and profile API. And now we will also do the we will also check the authentication and authorization of book router and issue book router. Okay, so simply go to the book router. We will hit first of all get all books. Hit this one. We are simply getting all books data. Okay, we can see we are simply getting all books data. Now go to the get a specific book. Uh, here we have to give ID. Okay, so from this one I am copying the ID of C++ programming book. Okay, go to this get a specific book and change the ID. Change the ID from here and pass this and paste this ID and hit. So we are getting C++ programming book data. Okay. Now I want to create one more book data. So creating, okay. So creating purpose, we want a token. Okay. And the role should be librarian. Okay. So first of all, I will give here one book name, Python. Then I will write here Raju. I will write here 50 and quantity will be like only 5. Okay, so I will hit this API, hit one. So we are getting unauthorized and token is not no, token not found. So token is not present. So now we will pass here a token, and from where we will get token. So in here we have already have token. So just copy this token. So just copy this token and go to create book and just pass this token here. Okay, and now hit this. So to use this API, you must be a librarian. So we log in here as a student, right? So we log in here as a student. So student is not allowed to use the create book API, update book API, delete book API, issue book API, and return book API. So only librarian is allowed to use all these APIs. Okay. So for this purpose, we have to first of all login with uh, login with librarian credentials. Okay, so here do librarian right here username of librarian and as well as password of librarian. First of all, check we have changed the role or not. Yes, librarian is present. So just do this right here username and password and hit. So we are getting new token. Just copy this token and go to create book and just remove this token and add this token. Okay, now send the button. Now book created successfully, we can see name Python programming, author Raju Sukla, published year 2025, price 50, quantity 5, and status is available. So it is perfectly working. Okay, so suppose if token, if we not pass token, then how? If we not pass token, so it will say unauthorized token not found. Okay, if we change the token, suppose I am removing E and I'm just passing A, so what will we get? We will getting token not valid. Okay, invalid token we are getting. So just remove this A and write E only. Okay, so we are getting, so where we created one more book. Okay, so now we, so go to this, just copy this entire token. So we will require this token here also. Now we want to do update book. Okay, so for update book as well, pass this token here and send here token. Okay, now after sending token, I want to update the data. Okay, for updating the data we require data as well. Okay, so we will just copy this one. So I will just copy this and go to the update book and just I will pass here name, author, published year, price, quantity, status. Name, author, published year, price, quantity. Okay, okay, this one. And first of all check in the db that how much book data is present. There is 5 because I edited this API 2 times, so it is raised 2 times. Just delete one, just delete one more one entry. Okay, I deleted one, so there is only the we can see there is one book related to C++ programming, another book C programming, then Java programming, then Python programming. Okay, so go to the API and I'm going to change the price of Python programming 500. For this purpose, I have to pass the ID. Okay, so to pass the ID, hit get all books API. Okay, by hitting get all books API, we will get the ID of Python programming book. So just copy this ID and paste here. Just remove this ID and paste here ID and try to hit. Unauthorized means we have not passed a token. We have given token here. We have given token, but it is saying unauthorized and token not found. Why? In the header section we have given token. Okay, spelling of token is not correct. Okay, okay, just give right spelling. Okay, sometime typo error is happening. Okay, now book updated successfully. We can see price is 500, so we can check also in the DB as well. Okay, just refresh it and check the price of Python programming book, that is 500. Okay, done. Now we can also update the state. We can update the quantity as well. Like I am writing 15 here. Okay, just hit again and go to the DB and do refresh. Check the price of Python programming book, that is quantity of Python programming book, that is 15. Okay, so now this API is also working. Now I want to delete one book. Okay, for delete also we want token. So just copy the token from here. Just copy the token. Okay, from here and paste this token here, token, and give token here. For deleting we required ID. Okay, in headers. Okay, in headers we want to pass this token. Header, in header section pass the token. Okay, so to delete the book we required ID of book. Okay, so just copy this Python programming ID. Just copy this Python programming ID and come here and give here Python programming book ID and without token. Suppose without token I am hitting this one. So we are getting unauthorized and token not found. Just pass this token and again try to hit. So we will get book deleted successfully. And just go to the MongoDB and just there is currently 4 entries. Refresh it. There is currently 3 entries. Okay. Now there is no Python programming. Okay. There is no book related Python programming. Okay. So we have used all these APIs related to book router and we check that all these APIs are protected and authenticated. Okay. So only librarian get all books and get a specific book is the public API, means anyone can use. Okay. But create book, update book, and delete book for using this book we need authorization and authentication as well as role must be librarian. Role must be equal to librarian. Okay, student is not allowed to use these APIs, create book, update book, and delete book. Okay, now we are going to hit issue book router. Okay, so first of all, we will do issue book, then we will do return book. Okay, we will check these APIs as well. Okay, so first of all, in the header only, we need to pass token. Okay, so just pass token. So just copy the token from here. Just copy the token and come here and paste it. Okay, so I enter token, and in the body we have to give book ID, book name, student name, issue date, and return date. Okay, to create entry. Okay, so suppose I want to just refresh. There is only three books. So suppose I want to do operations in Java programming. So just copy this ID, Java programming ID, and paste this ID here, and write here Java programming. I want to issue this book, and student name will be Amit Sani, and we have to pass student ID as well. So go to user section, refresh, and just copy Amit Sani ID and come here and paste this ID here. Okay, paste this ID here. Okay, give the name of student. Name is already Amit Sani. Issue date will be 27 November and return date will be 30 November. Okay, and suppose without giving token, I am going to hit this. Okay, so hit this. So we are getting unauthorized and token not found. Now give token and again try to hit. Now we are getting book issued successfully. Go to this issue book and refresh. So one data is coming here, and a status is issued. So now I want to return book. So for returning the book, we need this ID. Okay, first of all, we will go to here. We will first save this one. Okay, go to return book. Okay, in the return book as well, we want token. So first of all, write here token and give here a token. So just copy here from here. Just copy the token and come here and give token. Okay, just given token, and in the body we not required to send any type of data. We just need to send the ID of issue book. Okay, so just go to the MongoDB and just copy the ID of issue book. Just copy the ID of issue book. Okay, and come here and just to here. What is the method for return book? We have to check what is the method for return book in the issue book router. Method is put. Okay, method is put. So okay, method is already here put. So we will just simply without giving token, we will hit this API. Now see, unauthorized and token not found. Suppose I am giving the token but I am changing one letter. Change one letter here. Okay, we are giving a hit invalid token. Okay, now invalid token we are getting. So just give token as well as write here A, that is the right token, and now hit. Now we are getting book written successfully and status is written. We can check by refreshing. First of all, check the book. Currently Java programming, if okay, now quantities again increases. Okay, no issue. Again one more time check the this one. Go to issue book. Okay, go to issue book, and now again issue this book. Okay, so again one more time I am going to issue this book. Issue completed. So refresh this one book issued. Okay, so Amit Sani issued the book Java programming. So if we see the quantity of Java programming, see the quantity of Java programming, it is currently 9. Okay, now I am going to return this book. So just copy this ID. Just copy this ID and come to the postman, and come to the postman, and in the return book section, just write this ID for returning the book and send. Book returned successfully. Come here, refresh, status is written, and go to book section. Here we can see quantity 9. Just refresh the data. Now quantity is 10. Okay, now this API is also working perfectly and fine. Everything is working fine. Means all the APIs are fully authorized and protected. means we done authentication as well as authorization part. Okay, so it is registration API. Anyone can do registration. It is login API. So rename this one login. So anyone can do login. When login, he or she will get the token. Okay, it is profile API. Okay, for to use the profile API, token is must required. Okay, token is required. Token is present, then only he or she will see their profile. If token is not present, then he or she is not allowed to see their profile. Okay. Also, get all books, get a specific book. It is public API, so anyone can use. Okay. But for the create book, update book, and delete book, token is required, as well as role should be role should be or must be librarian. Okay. And for using the issue book router means for using the issue book API and return book API, token must be required and role must be librarian. Okay. Now we have checked all these ones. Okay, so mostly testing is completed. Okay, now we will add some security layer. Means suppose if there is any user or there is any client, he or she is using the APIs multiple times, means hundred of times. Okay, so we required such a mechanism that we can restrict the user, that you can use only this much, you can send only this much request in a specific interval of time. Okay, so suppose there is one client and there is one server, and client is sending too much request to the server, so server will down, so server will down crash, so server will downfall. Okay, so to protect this, so we will restrict the user that he or she can send limited number of requests during a particular interval of time. So this purpose we need to implement rate limiting. Okay, we need to implement rate limiting. In the rate limiting, we will write such a code by which we will write that we will specify a particular interval of time and we will specify a number of requests. Means in this particular interval of time, you can send only this much of request. If request is exceed, then you are blocked for the you are blocked. Okay, so for this purpose, we have to write some code here. Okay, so first of all, close this all this one. Okay, first of all, close this. Okay, so for to implement this, we will I will go to my GitHub profile. Okay, and here I will go to repository section, and here I will see library management API. Okay, in this library management API, for if we go to src folder, if you go to middlewares folder, then we will see here is security.js. Okay, we have to use this code. Okay, for implementing security. Okay, but we have to use two libraries. First of all, express rate limit, then helmet. Okay, so we have to use these two libraries. Okay, so to use these two libraries, we have to install these two libraries. So we require this command npm install express rate limit as well as express install helmet. So just here write, first of all close the terminal. Okay, control C, cls screen. Okay, cls clear the screen. Write npm install. What will be the command is express rate limit. So right here express rate limit. Okay, npm install express rate limit. Okay, now after this, also install npm install helmet. npm install helmet. Okay, express rate limit as well as npm install helmet. So we successfully install these two libraries. Okay, now we will add this code. So we need to create in the middlewares folder, we need to create security.js file. Okay, so just go to this, and in the middlewares folder create one file security.js, security.js file. So in this security.js file, just copy this code. Okay, just copy this entire code and paste it here. Okay, paste it here. First of all, we are using rate limit from the express rate limit library, and then we are using helmet from the helmet library. Okay, it is rate limiting, so we have to use rate limit. Inside it, we have to pass this one, means it is the time frame. Okay, 15 minutes means in 15 minutes, it is the we are passing the duration. Mean in 50 minutes you are allowed that much of request. We are allowed 100 request, so not 100 requests. I am just giving 2 requests. Okay, okay, so for testing purpose, but it should be maximum number. Okay, but I am giving only 2, means in 15 minute of interval you must you only allowed to send 2 requests. Okay, if a request is exceed, then you will get this message, error message, too many requests from this IP, please try again later. Okay, in the security headers you have to use helmet. With the help of helmet you have to pass this cross origin resource policy, this. Okay, security headers and just model.exports. So you have to write this much of code. Okay, first of all use express rate limit, then use helmet, then with the help of rate limit just specify the duration and specify the number of requests, and give error message, and with the help of helmet just do this code and just do model.exports, this one. Okay, now security.js file is completed. Now we have to do in server.js what code we have to write. So go to this simply server.js file. Okay, here we have to first of all include both the libraries. We have to include rate limit as well as security headers. Okay, so in this, in the above section we will just write const limiter and security headers. Okay, just write these two lines, limiter and security headers. Okay, now then next we have to write, then I will show. You have to write this code inside the express.json. Okay, so in the downside of express.json just write this one. Okay, okay, just write this one. Okay, now we have ready to check with rate limiting. Okay, so just rerun the backend file node mon server.js, nodemon server.js. Okay, server is running on port 4000, connected to MongoDB successfully. Okay, now we will do get all books. We will just simply hit get all books. Okay, hit, we are getting the we are getting our data. One request is completed. Now again send. Now again we are getting the data. Two request is completed. Now again send. Now we are getting too many requests from this IP. Please try again later. So we restricted our user. Okay, if user will send in a particular interval of duration maximum number of requests, means too many requests, so he so that client will be blocked. Okay, so in this way we can protect our system. Okay, so in this way we can protect our system, we can do rate limiting. I have, so you understand all the code. There is not a difficult code, it is very simple. Just we have to use, first of all we have to, in the middleware folder we have to create just security.js file. Inside that security.js file you have to write just two libraries. You have to use just two libraries, express rate limit and helmet. First of all we have to do rate limiting, and with the in the rate limiting, in the rate limit we have to pass these three parameters. First of all duration, then second number of request, and then error message. Okay, then with the help of helmet you have to write this code and just model exports. And in the server.js you have to just import, means you have to require these two libraries, or and just write this line of code. Okay, then it will be done. Okay, as we see, when we hit we will get too many. Okay, okay, we changed the code again. Okay, so it is reloaded again. So again hit two more times, two requests completed. Now third request, we getting too many requests from this IP, please try again later. Okay, again hit, again hit. Okay, when you hit multiple times it is a same message, too many requests from this IP, please try again later. So in this way we have implemented rate limiting. Okay, now we will implement one more thing related to prettier. Okay, means suppose we want to check prettier issue and lint fix issue. Okay, so to for that purpose, okay, what is prettier means, we want to convert this one into prettier format. Okay, so we can in the Google, we can do Google. Okay, what is prettier, prettier, what is prettier and lint check. Okay, what is prettier and lint check in Node.js Express JS. Just hit this API and we can see all the details like prettier and EaseLint are both valuable tools for Node.js and Express.js projects, but they serve different purposes. Neither is objectively prettier is an aesthetic sense, as they handle distinct aspect of code quality. So it will just improve the code structure. Okay, means code quality, it just improve the code quality and it just improve the code structure. It is a breakdown of what each tool does and how they differ. Okay, there is prettier and EaseLint. We have to implement those two things. Okay, we are going to implement both the things in our project. Okay, so prettier is the primary function of prettier is code formatting, and primary function of EaseLint is code quality and style. Okay, linter and prettier focus consistent style, indentation, spacing, semicolons, and quotes. And EaseLint, it mainly focus on identifying errors, bugs, and potential problems. Now, prettier automation automatically reforms code, means it is automatically format the code. Okay, reformat the code. And EaseLint automation often require manual fixes or provide suggestion. It will provide suggestion to us. Okay, configuration, prettier minimal configuration, optimize minimal configuration. It require only minimal configuration. EaseLint highly configurable with many rules and plugins. Okay, we can learn more the things here. We can see, we can just go to prettier. What is prettier code formatter means, it will format the entire code. Okay, so just we will say, we will just run one command and it will change the format of our entire folder structure. Okay, so we can learn prettier sole purpose is to ensure consistent and beautiful code formatting across your entire project. How it help? It eliminate debates about style in code reviews, means it will correct your code style, code structure. Okay, everyone code looks the same regardless of who write it focus on synthetic like indentation, line length, and the placement of brackets. So it is mainly focused on this part. Okay, indentation, line length, and the placement of brackets, curly braces, okay, parentheses. Example, Node.js expresses it would ensure that a const app equal to express line always has a semicolon, means this line, suppose this is the code and I am not given semicolon, so it will add the semicolon. Okay, line always has a semicolon or never has one based on configuration and consistent spacing, so it will add the semicolon automatic. Okay, we read it on prettier. Yes, it makes the code looks visually cleaner and more uniform. So the main focus of this prettier is it makes the code look visually cleaner and more uniform. Okay, now we can check this EaseLint linter. Okay, it is EaseLint is a powerful linter that analyzes your code for a wide range of issues, from syntax errors to poor coding practice and adherence to established rules. So it will check that our folder structure follow the standard code structure or not, or it will find the bug, or it will find the standard issue or related to issue, any syntax errors. Okay, it will find syntax errors or poor coding practices. If implemented in our folder structure, then he will suggest us, or he will give warning, or he will give error to us. Okay, so it will give error or it will give warning. So how it help? It catches potential bugs before you run your code. Okay, before running our code, it catch potential bugs in our folder structure or in our code structure. It ensure best practice prevent common errors. So it help to prevent common errors like using an undefined variable or neglecting error handling, and helps maintain code quality. So it helps to maintain code quality. Example, Node.js expresses it might warn you if you use where instead of const or let. So it will warn us that if we are using where instead of const and let, so it will be give warning to us. or if you forget to add a next call in a middleware function. So suppose in the middleware function or in the middleware I forget to add the next function, so it will give a warning or error to us. Okay, verdict on prettier. No, it does not focus on aesthetic, but it makes your code functionality better and more reliable. Okay. So conclusion, which is prettier. Prettier is the tool that makes your code look consistent and visually appealing. Means it prettier will make our code structure visually cleaner, visually attractive, or readable. Okay. So it will enhance the code quality or code structure. Okay, like related to indentation, spacing, curly braces, and etc. EasyLint is the tool that makes your code work correctly and adheres to quality standard. So it will ensure that EasyLint is will it will ensure that you are following the good quality structure and standard of code. Okay, means we are following the standard structure of to write the code, standard structure to write the code. Okay, or standard practices to write the code. The best practice in a modern Node.js Express project is to use both tools together. They complement each other perfectly. Is ESLint handle code quality and identifies errors. Prettier handle formatting and ensure consistency. You can configure ESLint to use prettier formatting rules, allowing you to run a single command that both fixes formatting and highlight potential bugs. This combined approach offer the best of both worlds. Okay, so this is all about the prettier and ESLint. So in our project we are going to implement both the things. Okay, prettier as well as ESLint. Okay, prettier will improve just as we can see here. Prettier will improve our code for Prettier will format our code and improve our code quality and improve the indentation, spacing, curly braces, and all. And ESLint will find the potential bugs in our code and give us warning to us so we can solve the issue. Okay, so we are going to implement both the things in our project. Okay, so to implement we required first of all to install library. Okay, so to install library, so we have to install this command npm install hyphen hyphen save hyphen dev islint config prettier islint plugin prettier new this. Okay, just copy this command. Okay, just copy this command and we will paste it here. Just clear the screen and paste and run this command. Okay, so after running this command, we are ready to set up the code related to prettier and EasyLint. Okay, in our code. Okay, just we have to wait some little time. Okay, till then, here we can see. Just close this one. You can see here is one file. This one. Just so we have to create some files and we have to do some configurations and then all that is will be enough to implement prettier and EasyLint. Okay, so just wait to install this libraries. Yes, library is already installed. Okay, so now we are ready to install. We are ready to do. Okay, first of all we have to create this file. Okay, just copy the name of this file. Okay, and just go to our project. Okay, out of src. Okay, we can see this file is present out of src file. Okay, out of src file. Okay, so just out of src file, just create one file and write this file name. Okay, and just copy the code of this. Just copy the code of this and paste it here. Paste here. Okay, done. So it is written semi-true, single quote true, trailing comma, ES5, print width 80, table width 2. Okay, and it is done for prettier and for lint is lint. We have to create this file. Okay, we have to create this file is lint.config.js. Okay, just copy this file name, come here and create one file here. Okay, create one file here and go to the github and copy the entire code, come and paste the entire code. Okay, now it is perfectly we have implemented. Okay, so it is using some libraries like EasyLint and this one and this. Okay, and it is ignoring these folders, node modules folder, disk folder, and build folder. Okay, for applying the this one. For applying the EasyLint. Okay, So this is the code. Just copy the code from the GitHub and just paste it here. Okay. Create one more file there. This one for EaseLint. Okay. Create one more this file. Just copy the name of this file and paste it here. Okay. And just copy the code and paste here. Okay. Done. And after doing, we created three files. Okay. These three files, we have created these three files, and we have also added the code. So now we have to go to the package.json file, and in the package.json file we have to add some commands in script section. Okay, in the script section we have to add some commands. So first of all, go to the over here package.json file. Inside this package.json file, just copy all these commands, all these four commands: lint fix, format check. Just copy this, come here and paste it here. Okay, just paste it here. Now mostly we are ready to perform prettier and as well as lint. Okay, so we have four commands to to check lint. We have to run npm run lint. To check lint, to fix the lint fix, so we have to write npm run lint fix. Okay, to check prettier, then we have to run npm run format colon check. To fix prettier, we have to write prettier npm run format. Okay, so just now we are going to run this command. Okay, just go to the terminal and write npm run. First of all, we will run prettier. Okay, first we will run lint. Okay, npm run lint. Okay, see, it is giving me this error related to something. First of all, let run npm run format check. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so it is giving me warning related to all these files. Okay, it is giving me warning. So first of all, I will run npm run format. What is the command? We have run it npm run format check to check there is prettier issue or not. Yes, there is pressure about prettier issue. I am We are getting the warning, so we will run npm run format. Okay, so we will run npm run format. It will fix all the issues. Okay, so it is changed all the files, but it is just rejected these two files. Okay, unchanged, but all these files are uh, fixed with prettier. Okay, now we will run lint. So we are getting this issue, and we have to solve this issue. Okay, for solving the issue now, we will use quadr. Okay, so in this tutorial we I am also going to introduce one ai IDE. Okay, so just in the Google write quadr, QODR quadr. Okay, just write quadr, and you have to go this. Okay, quadr.com, and just download this one. Okay, just download as a say. This is the same interface. It will like same interface with the Visual Studio Code. Okay, just but you will get in the right hand side chat. Okay, so you can ask anything or you can solve problem, or it is completely free for now. So you can just download it. Okay, download this quadr, and so in the same way you download the Visual Studio Code and then install the Visual Studio Code. In the same way you have to download this quadr and you have to install the quadr. Okay, so after installing, after downloading, and for perfectly installation, you can use this coder in your system. It is completely free for now. So we will open this one. So this is our project library manager APIs. So on this folder I will click right click, show more options, and open with coder. Okay, we can see here icon open with coder. Okay, just open this. Just open this project and we will solve all the problems. Okay, so we have to implement in our basic coding practice, means traditional coding practice, we have to implement AI as well. Okay, because a revolution is going on related to AI, so we have to also coordinate with AI, and we have to enhance our skill, and we have to improve our skill, and we have to make the AI our best friend. that it will be our coding partner. Okay, so if we will fall any problem, or we will facing any problem or any issue, then we can simply use the AI tool and it will suggest the solutions and we can just implement the solution. So it will save our time as well as the development time. Okay, so it will save our valuable time. As we know, time is the most valuable thing in the world. Time is gone, then it will never come again. So time is most valuable. So without wasting any time, just use this quadr. Okay, so just we will give our error to this. So this is our error related to npm run lint. So we will just simply copy this and we will give this error to this one and it will fix our error. Okay, so this, it is very easy to solve the error whatever it is coming. So just read the all the things what it is saying. I will help you fix the ESLint configuration issue. The problem is that your project is trying to use ES modules, import export syntax, but Node.js is treating the files as CommonJS module by default. Let me check your package.json and ESLint config files to understand the current setup and fix the issue. Now I understand the issue. The problem is a mismatch between your project module system and the ESLint configuration. In your package.json, you have type CommonJS, which tells Node.js to treat .js file as CommonJS module. However, your ESLint config is using ES module syntax. There are two ways to fix this. I will implement the similar solution by changing the file extension of the ESLint config file to this one, since your project is using CommonJS. So run this one. Okay, just it will run and it will fix our issue. Okay, so we will wait until it will fix. Now I need to update the package.json file to reflect the new ESLint configuration file name and also fix the ESLint configuration to work properly with CommonJS modules. Okay, so it is just solving the issue and we can read what it is doing. Okay, npm run lint. So we can see. So it will solve for error for us. Okay, so it will saving our time. Okay, so it is very difficult to find the error in our entire project, so we can use such type of AI tool which will save our time, our development time, or our valuable time. Okay, so just let's see. Okay, now it is done. Now let's check one more time. Okay, now it is correctly showing all the errors to me. Okay, so there are many errors. Okay, because it is saying in server.js file we are using db. Okay, but we are just assign a where we are just using, but we never use it again. Means db is assign a value but never used. We can see the server.js file. Okay, in server.js file there is db, but it is not using anywhere in this file. But I do this line intentionally because when we run server.js, then it will execute the code of db as well. So when we run the server.js file, then it will automatically connect to the MongoDB database. Okay, so it will automatically connected to the MongoDB database. So I intentionally write this code. So this is not an issue, but as island check that any there is any variable which is declared but never used. So it is just giving warning or error to us that you are using this one, but it is not used anywhere in your file. Okay, so it is just suggesting me that just remove this line, but not. I done this code intentionally. Okay, I need this code. Okay, so when we run server.js, then automatically our db code will run and then our MongoDB database is automatically connected. Okay, so now next book controller.js, there is many thing like express assign a value but never used, and it is not define issue. Okay, we will define. Okay, just go to this src. We will go src and we will do like we will fix all the errors. Like we have to remove this line. Okay, and we have to write const here. Write const here, also write const here, also write const. Okay, and here also write const. Okay, and here also write const. Define the function const. Okay, it is done. Now go to the issue book controller.js. Just remove this first line. Okay, and write here const. Okay, right here also const. In the same user controller. Okay, remove this line. Right here const. Here also write const. Okay, and here also write const. Okay, now one more time run this command. Now we are getting only 7 errors. First of all, clear the screen and run the command, then we will get perfect. So in server.js there is issue related to DB. Okay, but I written this code intentionally, so just ignore this one. In auth middleware.js there is auth middleware is not defined, means auth middleware is not defined. So go to the middleware, auth middleware. So we have to write here const. Okay, so we have to write just const, clear the screen, run one more time, npm run lint. So in book router.js, create book, update book, delete book is not defined. Create book, update book, delete book is not defined in book router.js. Okay, go to the book router.js, book router. So create book, update book, delete book. Okay, so we have not done here. Create book, update book, delete book. So write this one. Okay, create book, update book, delete book. Okay, clear the screen, run the command. Now only there is 3 errors, 0 warnings. Okay, we have written this line of code intentionally, and now we are getting the prettier issue. Okay, we are getting the prettier issue, so we have to run prettier one first of all. So I will run prettier format. Okay, clear the screen, then I will run lint again. So there is in issue book router there is return book is not defined. Issue book router return book is not defined. Go to the issue book router and here return book is not defined. We have to write return book. Okay. So again go to this clear screen, npm run lint. Okay, now there is only 1 error and 0 warnings. So EaseLint is very useful tool to find out the potential bugs which is present in our folder structure or in our code structure or in our project. So it is very easy to implement it, and it is very easy to identify the potential bugs, and it is very easy to solve the issue because it is suggesting as well. It is suggesting me the line as well as it is suggesting what is the issue, and so we can go to this file, we can go to this line, and we can solve this issue. Okay, so it is very easy. So you have to must implement EaseLint in your all Node.js Express.js project. Okay, so in future if any project you will build related to Node.js and Express.js, so you must implement this one. Okay, EaseLint as well as prettier. Okay, so we have check npm run lint, then we can run npm run lint fix. Okay, npm run lint fix, so it will try to fix, but mostly we have to done this manually because we have written some code intentionally. Okay, just this code I have written intentionally, so I'm not going to change this one. Okay, next npm run format check. Okay, so I will explain one more time. To check there is lint issue or not, so we have to write npm run lint. Okay, so it will give me all the errors related to is linter issue. Okay, so uh, we have checked there is only one issue. Okay, now to fix this one, run npm run lint fix. Okay, npm run lint fix, but most of the time we have to do it manually. Okay, because we have written some code intentionally, so it will not resolve the issue, but it will suggest us that there is in this file, in this line there is one issue, you have to go and verify it and solve the issue. Okay, and to perform prettier check we have to run npm run format check. Okay, format check. Then it will suggest all the issues, but all matched files use prettier code style. Means all files are fully perfect and accurate related to prettier code style, so no need to change. We can, if there is issue, we can run npm run format, so it will automatically apply prettier. Okay, so all the files are unchanged. We can see here all the files are unchanged. So now we have successfully implemented in our project prettier. We have implemented prettier as well as we have implemented EaseLint. Okay, now both the tools is successfully implemented in our project. Now we will going to dockerize our this application. Okay, now we will go to dockerize. So for this for the dockerization purpose, we need a docker. Docker must be installed in your system. Okay, if docker is not installed in your system, go to the go to the browser. Okay, first of all I will close all these files, because now we are moving to the deployment phase. Okay, first of all we will do containerization. Means we will docker containerize our we will create docker container, docker image to our project, and then we will upload, or then we will deploy our container image or docker container, docker image to the AWS cloud platform. Okay, so we are going to deploy our project in the AWS. Okay, so before going to the AWS we need a database. Okay, as we know, in currently we are using the local MongoDB, right? But when we deploy our project to the cloud, so there is so there our local MongoDB will not work. Okay, so there we will need cloud platform. Means we need MongoDB Atlas. That is the cloud-based platform which will provide to use the MongoDB cloud. Okay, so we can use the MongoDB Atlas globally or anywhere or anytime. Okay, so we have to replace our this project. Means we have to replace our project from local MongoDB to MongoDB Atlas. Okay, so for that purpose we have what we have to do. So first of all, go to the MongoDB Atlas or go to the Google and write MongoDB Atlas. Go to the MongoDB Atlas. Okay, just open this one, MongoDB Atlas. Okay, and in this one we have to do first registration, then login. So just to do registration, then login. Okay, I already done registration as well as login, so I will simply do login. Okay, sign in. There are two options, there are three options. You can choose anyone according to you. Okay, I will simply go with Google. I will refresh. Okay, so first of all, do the registration as well as then do the login in the Google MongoDB Atlas. After doing the login, you can see this type of interface in front of you. Okay, in this front of you, you can see this type of interface. Okay, there is one connect. Okay, so connect, now we can see connect. Just click on connect and you can see all these options. Okay, uh, we will simply use drivers. Okay, access your Atlas data using MongoDB native driver, Node.js, Go, etc. So just click on this. Okay, and there is one connection string. Okay, there is one connection string. We can see this connection string. There is written curly bracket db underscore password curly bracket. So here we have to write our MongoDB Atlas password. So when you do the registration, then when you do the login, after login, it will ask you this will be, it will ask you connection, and then it will display the DB username as well as DB password. So you have to copy that DB username and DB password and save it. Okay, for the future purpose. Okay, and whatever password you have given during the login, during the registration and login, then that password we have to use for the MongoDB Atlas. Okay, so I hope you have to you have remember your DB password. Okay, so just copy this one, just copy this. Okay, I have already written here my MongoDB Atlas password. Okay, so we can compare. It is my full. Okay, so we can compare both the things. Here is MongoDB plus SRV. Here is also MongoDB plus SRV. We can see this colon double slash. This is our database username. Okay, this is our database username. Okay, then colon, this is our password. It is our password. Okay, so when you done a registration, then login, then it will show your username as well as your password as well as your connection string. So you have to copy three things. Okay, you have to copy your username, DB username. You have to copy your DB password, and you have to copy your DB URL, means connection string. Okay, so I just copy and pasted here. So I will just use this one. Okay, you have to then if we can see at the rate cluster 0 and this one. Okay, it is fully same, just you have to replace this one with your actual DB password. Okay, so you have to replace this one with actual DB password. So it is also written here, that is replace this with the password for the this one, this DB user, database user. Okay, so we have to replace this section with our actual DB password. Okay, so I will just copy this one, just copy this one, and I will simply go to the db.js, and I will remove this one. I will just simply remove this one, or I will paste this one in env file. Okay, so for that purpose I just write this one. Okay, I will just write this one. Okay, here, so it is mostly fine. Okay, so instead of now we are going to deploy, right? So we need to just give this one. Okay, just write this mongodb atlas url and everything is fine, not any issue. Okay, in server.js we required one more thing. Okay, we have to use course library. Okay, because we are going to deploy this project in our cloud based platform. So there is one issue will become course cross origin related issue. Okay, so for to reject that issue or to resolve this issue, we have to write course, we have to use course. Okay, so suppose there is client and there is our server. If client will send any request to the server, server will check that client is authenticated, means that client is allowed to use our server or not. Okay, so for that purpose we have to use course. So just write npm install course, npm install course, curs course. Okay, npm install course. Okay, successfully installed course. Then we have to write here, just write here const course equal to require course, and in here write app.use course. In this course gives this one star. Okay, so for now, for the testing purpose, I'm allowing all the client, means there is one client, there is one server, and in the server we have given a star. Star means it will allow all the client, means any domain or any client will access our server. Okay, any matlab, any domain will the client with any domain will use our server. So we are just allowing all the client, all the browsers. Okay, by giving this star. Okay, so suppose there is client and there is server. Server is, suppose I restricted server. In the server I mentioned that you have to allow only that client with like this one, for example abc.com. Okay, so it will allow only the abc.com. So suppose user is from xyz.com. Okay, so if we send the request to our server, then it will check that the request is coming from the abc.com or not. Okay, if the request is coming from abc.com, so it will allow. Otherwise, if the request is not coming from abc.com, that it will not allowed. Okay, but we have given a star, means it will allow all the client. Means if the request is coming from abc.com, then it will also allow that use the APIs. If the request is coming from xyz.com, so it will also allow that use the APIs. But instead of this, if we write there a specific domain, then it will allow that domain only. Okay, I hope so you understand all the things. Okay, so for this now purpose, we have successfully shifted our project to the from local MongoDB to MongoDB Atlas, as well as we implemented course. Then we are ready to dockerize our project. Okay, so for the dockerization, we have to create one file. Okay, so go to the here and create this file, Docker file. Okay, so you have to create this Docker file. Just write the copy the name of Docker file and paste it here. Docker file name. Okay, just paste it here, Docker file name. Okay, and write the code, write this entire code here. Okay, and this is okay. And there is one more file, that is the this docker ignore file. Just copy this line, just copy this line, and just copy this line and create one more file. Okay, and mention all the things which you not want to include in the docker image or docker container. So you have to write this. Now you have to open our docker. So simply open your docker. Okay, so it is required that docker is installed in your system. Okay, so just simply open your docker. Okay, starting the docker engine. Okay, if docker is not installed in your system, just go to the browser and just go to the google and write docker install or docker download, and then simply download the docker. Okay, so I simply open my docker. Okay, now I am ready to dockerize my application, then I will deploy my application to the AWS cloud platform. Okay, so for dockerization we have created two files, docker file as well as docker ignore file. Okay, docker file, in the docker file we have written some basic things, like our project is running on 4000 and we are using node. So to run this project we have to run node server.js. Okay, docker ignore. Okay, so here we also written our working directory is /app. Then we have to copy all the libraries and things from the package.json file. It will be in production. Okay, so our our project is running on 4000 port number as we mentioned in our server.js. And to run this we are using node, and to run this project just simply write node server.js. There is basic things. Okay, basic thing is written in the docker file. Okay, you can guess this code from the chat gpt or any AI tool. Okay, it is very basic code. Okay, you can go to the chat gpt and any AI tool and just give me the basic docker file, give me the basic docker file for my node.js application for library management system or library management API. Okay, it will create one docker file, just copy and paste it. Okay, and there is one dot git docker ignore. This is file, when docker image will create, then it will reject, means it will just ignore all these folders. Okay, it will not include this folder like node modules folders and all. Okay, now we are ready to dockerize our application. Okay, so first of all you have to go to docker hub. Okay, in the google you have to type docker hub. Docker hub. Okay, in the docker hub you can see, you have to go this url. Okay, uh, hub.docker.com. Go to this. You have to, here also you have to do sign up and login. So do your sign up and do your login. Okay, so after doing sign up and then login, you have to see this type of interface. Okay, in this interface you have to create a repository. Okay, just click on this button, create a repository. Okay, and just write one name here, like I am going to write library management API. Okay, write library management API. Okay, and just create. Check the spelling, library management API, and just create public. Okay, just create this. Okay, so you can see this type of interface. Just go to the tag. Okay, and you can see this type of interface. Okay, so let's check one more time all the things is correct or not. Our project is running successfully. Okay, we can check that our project is running or not. Node, we can first of all one more time fix the prettier and all things. Prettier is okay. Okay, and also lint, we can see lint is okay. Okay, no issue. Then we can run our project node server.js. That it is running perfectly or not. Okay, server is running on port 4000, mongo connected to mongodb successfully. Okay, it is successfully connected to mongodb. Okay, at one more time hit the API. hit get all APIs. Okay, hit. So we are getting empty, means it is connected to the MongoDB Atlas. Okay. So if we go to the MongoDB Atlas, just go to the MongoDB Atlas here. Okay, just here we have to go to the clusters. Then you have to go to the browse collections. Then you will see here test. Okay, in the test you can see books, issue books, users. Okay, there is currently there is zero data, means there is no data present. Okay, so our project is successfully connected to MongoDB Atlas. Okay, so MongoDB Atlas is successfully connected. We created the Docker file as well, we opened the Docker as well. So now we are ready. So let's do the things. So first of all we have to close this, clear the screen. Okay, now we will run some command. Okay, so go to the GitHub, and here is one file, deployment steps.txt. So for Docker Hub, okay, first of all we have to run this one, means docker build -t library management API dot. So it will create one image in our local Docker. Okay, so just run this, just copy this one, run this. Okay, so it will create Docker image in our local Docker, the Docker which is installed in our system. So it is creating one image. Just wait until it will complete. Okay, it will take little bit time to complete the Docker, to create the Docker image. So we have to wait. Okay, till then you can okay, it is successfully completed. Okay, we can see in the image section there is one image library management API. Okay, so now go to the next command. We have to run command docker ps. So write docker ps command. We can see there is container. Okay, all these containers. So now go to the GitHub, see docker image ls. There is one container, and I'm going to see this one. Run this command. So we are getting here library management API, tag name is latest. Okay, so now go to the GitHub, copy this command. Here we can see docker tag library management API latest. It is our local. Okay, so we can see here library management API latest. Okay, so it is related to, it is our local, and it is, this one is related to our Docker Hub. We can see in the Docker Hub take surasani slash library management API. So this represent our local Docker image. Okay, and this represent our Docker Hub image. Okay, Docker Hub image. So we have to just copy this and run this command here. Just copy and run. Okay, and after that you have to do, if error will come now, if error will come, then you have to just use Docker login to register yourself in the Docker Hub. Okay, then you can simply run this command, then use this command. Okay, then use this command, docker push this one. Okay, so we are copying this one, docker push this one. Okay, docker push takes surasani slash library management API. So we are running this one only, the docker push takes surasani slash library management API. Just copy this one and run this here. Okay, so it will push our local Docker image to Docker Hub image. Okay, so it will pushing our Docker local Docker image to the cloud based hub Docker image. Okay, cloud based Docker Hub. Okay, so we will wait. Okay, it is done. We can go to the Docker Hub and we can do refresh. Okay, we can do refresh. Okay, after refresh we can see here, we can see one image is come here. Okay, now Docker Hub is set up. Now our project is completely Dockerized. Means first of all we created our local project which is present in our system. I created a Docker image, local Docker image. Okay, then I pushed my local Docker image to this cloud based Docker Hub, to this cloud based Docker Hub. We can see this here. Okay, so it is representing our entire project. Okay, so we will deploy this one to our AWS cloud platform. Go to this AWS, right here AWS. Okay, Amazon Web Service. Click this. You have to do registration then login. Okay, just do registration and then login. After login, you will see this type of interface. Okay, after login you will see this type of interface. Okay, I have to do login. Verification code. Okay, 752400. 752400. Okay. Okay, after successfully registration and login, you can see this type of interface. We will wait till it is loading. Okay, you can see this type of interface. Okay, so you have to search here EC2. Okay, EC2, you have to search here EC2. Okay, EC2, click on this EC2. You will redirect to this page. Okay, you will see this type this interface. Okay, EC2. Inside this EC2 you have see instances. In these instances you have to go to these instances. Okay, click on these instances. Okay, and launch instance. Okay, launch instance, click on launch instance. You have to give your instance name any, like I am giving test. Okay, it is my instance name test. It is just for testing purpose. Okay, test. Select here Ubuntu. Okay, it is under free tier eligible. Okay, free tier eligible. Okay, verified provider, then okay, everything is fine. You have to select this one. You have to select both the things. HTTPS HTTP traffic means you can use both the, you can use HTTP as well as HTTPS. Okay, and just launch instance, then existing key pair. Yes, you have to select your existing key pair. Okay, when you do it first time, okay, so create a new key pair and it will download in your system. Okay, so when you're doing this first time, so just click on this create new pair. Okay, but I already created a new pair, so I will directly go to this launch instance and I will select existing key pair and I will select existing key pair and launch instance. Okay, so it will take some time to launch the instance, so we will wait. Okay, so it will, after launching instance, it will you will see this type of interface. Okay, just click on these instances. Okay, just click on these instances. You will see your instance here is running. Okay, currently status check is initializing. Okay, means it is currently working on our instance or approving our instance. Okay, so just select this instance. You can see all the data here. Okay, so we will wait until this status check will be confirm or active. Okay, just if refresh this one. Okay, it is currently working. So till now we can click on this button connect. Okay, just click on connect and you can see this interface. Just click on connect here. Okay, connect. So you can see this type of interface. Okay, this type of interface will open in front of you. We have to execute some command as well here. Okay, so we will execute some command. Okay, go to our GitHub. From the GitHub only we will execute all command. Okay, so first of all, installing Docker, we have to install Docker in our cloud, AWS cloud. So you have to use this command first of all. So copy this command and paste it this command and run. Okay, it will take some time, so you have to wait patiently. Okay, so it is installing. You have to wait. Okay, it is done. Now copy another command. Just copy this command and go to our AWS, paste and run. Okay, Yes, why? Okay. Okay, you have to wait. Yes, it is done. Now you have to execute another command. Just copy this command, go to the AWS cloud, paste. Okay, now copy this command, paste this command, execute. Okay, so it will take some time, you have to wait. Okay, done. Now execute this command in AWS, execute. Okay, done. Now execute this command, paste, give y. It will take some time, you have to wait. Okay, it is done. Now use this command, paste it here. Okay, we can see active running means our docker is successfully running. Okay, now we can run this command. Okay, after this run this command. Okay, now execute this command groups, paste it here. Okay, docker is running. Okay, now execute this command. Okay, this command is coming from here. Okay, this command is coming from here. Docker pull this one. Okay, you have to run this command. Okay, so I just simply written here also. Just copy this one and paste it here. uh, Paste this one here. Okay, just run. It will take some time, you have to wait. Okay, it is done. Now you have to run this command. Okay, not required to run this command. Okay, if error will come, if error will come, say, then delete all containers including running ones. If error will come, then execute this command. If error is not coming, then no need to this run. Just run this command. Okay, paste it here and run. We can see server is running on port 4000, but MongoDB is not connected successfully. Means MongoDB is not connected. Okay, there is one issue because our MongoDB at last does not knowing their IP address, AWS IP address. So we have to give AWS IP address to our MongoDB at last. So for that purpose, we will go to networking. In instances, in this section there is networking. Go to networking, and there is public VIP v4 address. So just copy this. Okay, and just copy this IP address and go to this MongoDB Atlas. In the MongoDB Atlas, in the left section, there is, in the security section, you can see database and network access. Just click on and you can see here IP access list, and you have to add this IP address. Okay, just add this IP address, and it will be, this entry is temporary and will be deleted in 6 hours. Okay, I added this IP address. We have to wait until this IP address will be active. Okay, so patiently wait until okay, now this IP address is active. Now we can go to this our, again run our this one. Okay, again run this. Now server is running on port 4000 and connected to MongoDB successfully. Now this is working perfectly, means our project is live. Our deployment is successful, and click on this refresh. Okay, and we have to copy this, and if we want to run, so we have to do this colon port number 80 colon port number 80, because we have given port 80. As we see here, we are given port 80, means we are mapping 4000 port number to 80 port number, so we will use 80 port number. Okay, as we can see here in the security, there is 80 port number. Okay, so we have to give 80. Okay, just run. We will see here cannot get. Just copy this one and go to our postman. In our postman get in our postman, first we will do registration. So in registration, just instead of this localhost 4000, write this. Okay, instead of, or okay, so instead of this, write this. Okay, and we will do registration. First we will do registration with this. Hit send. We are getting user registered successfully. Go to our MongoDB Atlas. Go to MongoDB Atlas in the cluster, in browse collections, in test, in user section. We are getting one user. Okay, our project is successfully live in AWS cloud platform. Okay, so we will run another, all APIs. We will run all APIs. We will run with one more user, Suraj. Here also Suraj. Here also Suraj, and here also Suraj. Okay, everything is fine. Just hit again. Too many requests from this IP, please try again later. Okay, we have written. Okay, not an issue, not a big issue. Okay, so friends, so as we see in our project, I forget to change. Okay, in our middleware security.js, we have given maximum 2 requests. Okay, so so we can give 2 requests only. Okay, so not a big issue. Okay, hello friends. Then so we have made one mistake, right? So I changed this one. Okay, so to resolve this one means you have to again go, you have to go to your, to you have to go to your here, and you have to select this instance, whatever your instance is running. Okay, you have to do instance state terminate state, means you have to first of all delete your old instance. Okay, then you have to go your docker hub, then you have to delete this tagger, then you have to delete this one. Okay, you have to delete this, as well as in your local docker you have to delete both the, you have to delete these things. Okay, then you have to do all the procedure again, means you have to do all the, you have to run all the commands. Okay, step by step again. Then you have to then you have to do again, you have to run all these commands series wise, this for the docker hub and for this all these commands for the AWS. Okay, then after running all these commands again, then your instances will running again, and in the same way you have to give your IP address, you have to register your IP address to the cloud MongoDB Atlas. Then I I stopped the recording, and I done all the things again. Means I deleted my AWS instance, then I deleted my Docker Hub tag, then I deleted my local Docker image, then I run all the commands again. Okay, related to Docker Hub and AWS. Then I successfully then currently now my project is running. Now my project is running on this IP address, this public AI this public IP address. Okay, so you have to do all the steps again. Okay, first of all go to instance. First of all go to your AWS, and whatever your instance is running, first of all terminate that instance. After that, go to your Docker Hub, whatever image you created, whatever tag you created, just delete it. then go to your local Docker. Okay, then you have to delete your Docker image, then you have to change the code to whatever you want, maximum number of requests you want. Just do it. I given right now I given 200. Okay, so whatever so remember friends, you have to give here n number of requests for testing purpose. Okay, I've given 200 and run it all commands again. Okay, you have to run all these commands related to Docker app as well as related to AWS. Okay, after running all these commands, okay, your project will deploy and running. So my project is running on this IP address. So I will run all these APIs again. Okay, so I'm going to register one more user. User registered successfully. Go to MongoDB Atlas. Here is MongoDB Atlas. Just refresh, and we can see there is two users, Surasani, okay, and Amisani. We can change the role to lie, pray, Rian. Okay, then update. Okay, now we have to do login. Then we will simply copy our IP address. Then we will go to login. Okay, just change this IP address. Okay, then do login. Okay, just copy this token. Go to get all books is public, so no need to do. First of all, go to profile. Okay, in this profile, change the token, and as well as also change your IP address. Copy this IP address and just paste in the profile API here and just run it. So we will get surasani at librarian. Okay, it is working fine. Go to get all books. So currently there is no book. So first of all we have to create book. We have to give this IP address here. Then we have to change the token. So copy the token from this. First of all we will give updated token to all. Okay, so first of all give the token here also. In update book also give the updated token. Then delete book. In delete book also give the updated token. Okay, in issue book also, give the updated token. In return book also give the updated token. Okay, now give the IP address. Give this IP address to all related to get all books. Change the IP address. Okay, get a specific book. Change the IP address. Create book. Change the IP address. Okay, done. In update book, change the IP address. In delete book, change the IP address. Okay, in issue book also change the IP address. In return book also change the IP address. Okay, now create book. First of all we will create two books. Okay, there is one book related to Python. Okay, hit. Okay, Python created successfully. Okay, now give Java with price 500 with quantity 50. Okay, hit Java. Okay, now we will see get all books. Hit. We will see get all books. Send one more time response. Okay, we are getting all books, Python programming, Java programming. Okay, get a specific book. So we have to copy one ID. So I'm going to copy Java programming ID. Just get a specific book. Go to this, give I. Okay, send. We will get Java programming book. Now I want to update the book. Okay, give your ID of Java programming. Then in body section, just do the name of Java programming to C++ programming. Okay. Okay, just hit. Okay, Java programming is converted to C++ programming. Okay, done. Now we have to delete this. Just give the Java programming ID and delete. So there is only Python programming. Okay, in the MongoDB Atlas we can go and we can check book. Only there is Python programming with price 50 with price 50 and quantity 5. Okay, now we will do issue book. Okay, for issue book go to the postman, and in issue book in body section we have to give book ID. So from the MongoDB Atlas only, just copy this book ID, Python programming book. Okay, just copy the ID of Python programming book. Okay, here write Python programming, give the ID of student. Okay, copy the ID from MongoDB Atlas. Here just copy this user ID Amit Sani, just copy this user ID and give this user ID here. Okay, click on it. Book issued successfully. Go to the MongoDB Atlas. We can check in issue books data is present or not. It is loading documents. Little bit wait. Okay, we can see Python programming Amit Sani. Okay, this book is issued by Amit Sani. Status issued. Okay, now we can see books. Book quantity will be decreased by -1. Okay, currently it is 4. Okay, so we want to return this book. So first of all we will go to issue books. Issue books, it is loading data, little bit wait. Then we will copy this issue book, go to postman, return book, just give the their ID, just click on send button. Little bit wait. Okay, book returned successfully. Just go to the MongoDB class and refresh, so it will load real time data. Okay, current data, actual data. So wait little bit. In issue books we can see status returned, and in the book it is loading data, we can see quantity is 5. So we successfully created our library management APIs. Okay, we have done many things in this project. Okay, um, from the starting we created APIs related to books. First of all we started working with static data. Okay, we created books APIs. Then we created issue book APIs, book related APIs. Then we created issue book related APIs. Then we shifted our code to from local from static data to MongoDB. Okay, then we implemented authentication, authorization. Okay, then we implemented security, then prettier, EaseLint. After that, we shifted our local MongoDB to MongoDB Atlas. Then we Dockerize our application. Then we deploy our application to the AWS cloud platform. Okay, so and we tested all the things. We tested our APIs with static data. We tested our APIs with local MongoDB. We tested our APIs with MongoDB Atlas. We tested our APIs with after deploying our project in AWS platform. We also tested our application with AWS platform. Means everything is fine working. We can check our here also. All the APIs is hitting. We can see request logger is working perfectly as well. We in this video we also cover middleware part. Okay, so in this total tutorial we cover many things, a lot of things more. We learn a lot of things. Okay, I also friends you understand many things. Okay, this is a little bit mistake which happened during tutorial. Okay, so you have to give here maximum. We have to give maximum number as you want. Okay, then you have to deploy. Then you have to after changing this code. Suppose you do any changes in the code, then you have to again do the same steps. You have to run all these commands again. you have to run all these commands again, then your project will deploy on AWS cloud platform. Okay friends, then I hope you enjoy all these things. If you enjoyed, like the video, okay, and give a comment in the video section that which part you liked the most and what you learned from this video, and give some feedback or suggestion related to this video. Okay, friends. So in this video, that's all from my side. We can meet in another video with another topic, another tutorial. Okay, friends. Till now, enjoy the coding and enjoy the coding journey with me. Till then, bye, friends. Enjoy the coding journey with me. Bye, friends.